You are probably hearing that the Madison, Wisconsin real estate market is hot, and that is true. However, with that comes a lot of big problems, and I'm going to tell you all about them right now. Hello everyone, I am Joe Marks, your guide to everything Madison, Wisconsin. If you're wondering what it's like to live in Madison, Wisconsin, we do videos here every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Generally, we do what it's like to live in Madison, give you information about what you might need to move to Madison. But this time, I thought it would be valuable to do a market update just to give you an idea on what the market is like here in Madison. And when I was doing my research, I found one main problem that basically created a bunch of other massive problems. And that one problem, which I know we're not unique here in Madison, it is common across the country, is that we have no inventory. How low is our inventory here? Just to give you an idea, at the end of 2020, we had about 790 homes on the market in Dane County. At the end of 2019, only a year ago, we were at about 1,380, which is a 42% decrease in inventory. And if you really want to compare a crazy number, if you look back at 2006, which I know we had a very saturated market at that point, but we had 5,400 homes on the market, which is almost 7 times the amount of homes that we have on the market right now. So if you're wondering why inventory is so low, there's a few things that contributed to it. This last year we came in with very low inventory, but then COVID hit and everything just kind of stopped for a little bit. But buyers more than sellers were still really active. And why was that? As COVID lingered, rates continued to drop. So because of that, there was buyers that just really wanted to get into the market because money was so cheap. And another issue is that builders, when COVID hit, just kind of stopped. Their supply chain shut down and they weren't able to continue building. So they kind of got behind. So all the new construction that would have helped alleviate some of the demand wasn't there. And as a result of that, building materials went through the roof, specifically lumber. So those are some of the main reasons that inventory continued to get driven down this year. In the resale market, things have gotten really challenging. One of the problems in the resale market is your first-time home buyer that has some of the special lending options like FHA, VA, maybe they have down payment assistance. It's just causing a lot of challenges for those buyers. You're in a situation with multiple offers. Seller will almost always take a stronger offer that has maybe conventional financing, more money down. So one of the things you may be thinking is, man, it would be really great to sell right now, which is true on a lot of levels. However, if you're a seller and you're trying to move in the same market, you're gonna run into the same challenges that all the other buyers are. You're gonna have a hard time finding a place. And as a result, that's one of the reasons this last year that so many sellers kind of stayed out of the market and why we have such a low inventory issue. And you might think, why not rent? Well, rent prices are continuing to go up because there's not as much homes to buy, so there's more demand for rent. So like I said, there's all these problems that are being caused by this low inventory issue. I know a lot of this can sound daunting, but I want you to know that I can help you navigate this market. I'm gonna provide some tips for you at the end, so stay tuned for those. So one of the chain reaction problems that I've seen from this high demand is that most homes that are coming on the market are gonna have multiple offers on them. And if they don't, it's usually because they've been on the market for 2 weeks, maybe a month. It's usually because they're in maybe not as good of a location or they have some condition issues. And the condition issues is what can cause a chain reaction of problems, mainly because a lot of the people that are ending up in these homes are the buyers that are in these loan programs that have low money down, which means if they do want to bring the property up to a livable state and do some improvements, they're probably going to have to take out some debt. So one of the problems is that normally when you buy a house, you buy it, you pay the mortgage, you create some equity as you do so, and then you move up and you do it again. But a lot of these first-time home buyers right now that are in these situations are not able to do that. So that's another problem that I'm seeing. So one of the things I hear a lot is people are like, well, why don't the sellers just build? Well, there's another problem with that because there's not a lot of lots available. right now. They're not able to develop the lots at the same rate in which we need to keep the inventory up. And if there are lots available, they're often really expensive because there's so much demand, which often drives building for a lot of buyers out of their price range. So that's another issue that I'm seeing. Now, another issue is that taxes are going up. As home values are getting driven up, taxes are going up, which is another challenge for the first-time home buyer, because often it's driving the affordability out of their range. And again, this isn't meant to just be a doom and gloom video, but I really want to inform you on some of the issues that I'm seeing in the market. If you do create a plan, work with your agent, there are ways to navigate this market. Another issue I am seeing is that these homes that have been in forbearance, a lot of those payments are now coming due. And you're going to see some of those homes come on the market. You may see some of them go into foreclosure. And I really don't like to see people forced out of their homes. You know, my job is to put people in homes. You know, that may be an opportunity for some of the investors. However, I don't see it really loosening up the market that much. So again, this is another part of the market that I wish wasn't happening, but it is right now. But let's get on to the tips of how you can prepare and be ready in this market, and maybe help you navigate through and avoid some of the heartaches that others have had to face. One of the first things you can do is get your financing lined up. And one of the most important things you can do for that is pick a highly recommended by your agent local lender. Please do not come in and try to use an out-of-state or national lender, because what's going to happen is all the list agents that are out there that are looking at multiple offers, and if your offer comes in with a pre-approval from a big national bank or a bank out of state, they're just going to put that one to the side, because there's lots of issues that we've experienced as agents here with out-of-state lenders. So make sure you get a very reputable local, and again, your agent's going to know who those lenders are, and please take their advice and do it. It's going to save you a lot of heartache. Another thing you can do is just save as much as you can, because the bigger the down payment is, the stronger your offer is going to be, the more beneficial loan program for you're going to have. So just get disciplined. Do as much as you can to save as much as you can as you're getting ready to purchase here. And one of the other things you can do is make sure you get your home under contract and sold before you start shopping. Home sale contingency in this market is almost like no offer at all. It compares again to some of those first-time home buyers that are having huge challenges right now with FHA and low money down loans. So many of the sellers that are getting multiple offers are not even going to be looking at those. So do what you can to get your house sold so you don't have that. You can come ready to shop and ready to somewhat cater to the seller, because as far as timelines go, the seller is in the driver's seat as well. So you want to be able to give the seller the closing date that they want, maybe give them the option to rent the house back for a while. All of those is going to put you in a really good position. And then another thing I would say is that make sure you work with an agent that knows some of the other things that you can include in your offer other than just giving the seller a high price. Obviously, that's the biggest thing that you can do, but there's lots of other things that we can do as agents that put you in a position that really caters to the seller and gives them really a reason to look at your offer. So make sure you work with somebody who's worked in those multiple offer situations, has some good experience. That's going to save you a ton. And again, don't lose heart. I know this seemed like kind of a downer video, but let me encourage you at the end here that there are still buyers buying homes here in Madison. It isn't impossible. You just have to really, do your homework. Make sure you get your financing lined up. Make sure you're working with an agent that knows how to get your offer accepted. It's really going to set you up for success. Get your home sold. Do all those things and be patient. That's the other thing. It may take you a little bit longer in this market to get into a home, but it is possible, so don't lose heart. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, make sure you hit that like button. And if you do want some more information on what it's like to live in Wisconsin, again, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.